The story begins with an intense battle between the adventurer and a man cloaked in black. Right when this battle seems close to its climax, the adventurer then wakes up in a haze on a wagon, accompanied by 3 others. A grizzled peddler drinking the time away, and a pair of twins minding their own business. The adventurer then remembers they're on their way to one of the 6 major city-states called Gridania to become a guild-certified adventurer. The peddler remarks that the adventurer doesn't look too good due to the aether sickness. Then out of the corner of the adventurer's eyes, 2 furry creatures appeared. They introduce themselves as Moogles. It is made clear that out of 3 people on board, only the adventurer seems to be able to see and communicate. These creatures also have this weird habit of saying Koopa very often. Kinda cute. But after this strange encounter, the peddler strikes up conversation with the adventurer and he recommends they enroll at the Adventurers Guild in order to become a guild-certified adventurer. On the last leg of the journey, however, they are ambushed by a group of XIV soldiers. But luckily, the wagon was able to escape thanks to the aid of the local Gridania guard force. When they arrive at the Gridanian entrance, they are hailed by a friendly guard and are given instructions on how to reach the local Adventurers Guild, known as the Carling Canopy, and to speak to an Alazen woman called Mother Mion. When the adventurer speaks to her, she is told that their decision to become an adventurer, due to the recent demand for adventurers incited by the increasing Garlean presence within Eorzea, as well as the events of the Calamity, a terrifying event in Eorzea that occurred 5 years ago when a dreadworm known as Bahamut emerged from a lesser moon and went on a rampage. This disastrous event caused irreparable damage to the ecosystem, causing trouble throughout the realm. Mion also reveals information on the Warriors of Light, a band of adventurers who are claimed to have saved Eorzea from the Calamity. But for mysterious reasons, no one can remember the names or faces of the Warriors of Light. After all that exposition, the adventurer is now an officially registered adventurer for Gridania. Mion advises us to visit one of the class guilds in Gridania as well. After getting settled, the adventurer now begins to take on quests aiding the people of Gridania. After getting some experience as an official adventurer, they are directed by Mion to aid an instructor of the Twin Adder known as Gallifrey located in Twelveswood. The Order of the Twin Adder is one of the 3 grand companies of Eorzea. The Twin Adders is the representative grand company for Gridania. Gallifrey recaps to us the Calamity has deeply damaged the Twelveswood, resulting in corruption seeping through the ecosystem, which can be seen affecting both plants and animals. He asks the adventurer to aid the local people in order to help restore the forest. After completing a couple quests, Gallifrey lets the adventurer know that there's been an increase in XIV activity correlating with the appearance of an unknown individual and asks for the adventurer's help to investigate the matter. Apparently, being a detective is part of the job of being an adventurer now. And he suggests that the adventurer should first investigate the Lifemen stump. Once at the stump, there's an evident sword sticking out the top of it. Upon further investigation, an animated pugilist and a short-tempered black mage arrive to investigate the area as well. Accompanying them is the same Moogle known as Kooplecope, seen at the initial carriage ride to Gridania, who declares the adventurer innocent of causing the problems in the forest. Eventually, there is a disturbance in the aetheric flow, the life force of Eorzea, resulting in the group fighting against a group of frenzied, corrupted trees. After a tough fight, the party survive, and the adventurer begins to hear the voice of Heidelin, which is also the name of the planet. Weird. She speaks about an ongoing battle between the forces of light and darkness. She requests of the adventurer to gather the crystals of light in order to banish the darkness. She then leaves, letting the adventurer know that light liveth in thy heart. After the vision, the black mage and pugilist make sure everything is okay, and inform the adventurer that the culprit is an XIV chieftain. After retrieving the sword from the stump and bringing it to Gallifrey, he informs the adventurer that the 2 people he encountered are called Ida and Papelmo, known allies of Gridania. After undertaking more quests to help Gallifrey, such as training new Twin Adder recruits, checking for sickness, and recovering survey equipment, a conjurer by the name of Pauline asks the adventurer to slay hoglets and green tear so they don't eat every nut in the forest to further stop disruption within the fragile ecosystem. Once again, the adventurer goes back to Gallifrey, who asks him to investigate Spirit Hold. Apparently, a group of conjurers and a wood whaler escort were attacked while performing a ritual within the Spirit Hold. While the adventurer is rescuing the hostages, they are attacked by a masked man cloaked in black, who summons a clay golem to kill them. After a long battle, they defeat the golem and the masked man runs away, and they seem to obtain a crystal of darkness. As the mage runs away, Ida and Papelmo arrive, causing the adventurer to see a vision of them. Eventually, the adventurer reports back what happened, and is told to return to Gridania and speak with Mion. After reporting back, they head on to Bent Branch Meadows to lend a hand to the farmhands in order to help lighten their workload, such as feeding chocobos, slaying egg-stealing monsters, and removing tree-killing mushrooms. as well as investigating a shadowy figure said to be living within the woods. One of these tasks are definitely not like the other. Later on, the adventurer is also tasked with clearing the road to Bent Branch Meadows from monsters, as it has been making the area more dangerous for travelers, specifically the magic bones outside the Tamtara Deepcroft. Even after defeating the bones, the cause of destruction is still unknown. Next, the adventurer is informed by a farmhand that an egg was stolen from the Brent Branch stables and tasked them with investigating the matter. After questioning the ranch workers, it is narrowed down the thief is from one of the farmhand's hometown of Ishgard. The trail is followed to the Tamtara Deepcroft to retrieve the egg and return it back to Bent Branch. When the adventurer returns, however, they are informed of XIV crossing the borders of the Twelves Wood at will, meaning that there must be some type of trouble brewing. We are then tasked to deliver a letter to Mion with the details. Mion reveals that the contents of the letter state that the Guardian Tree, a sacred symbol to Gridania, will soon be under XIV attack. She asked the adventurer to deliver a letter to Bolord Lewin in order to ask for assistance in the upcoming battle. Once we deliver the letter to Lewin, he is notified by a scout that a squadron of XIV have gathered at the Guardian Tree led by an XIV chieftain. The adventurer makes haste to the tree with the rest of the archers to defend it. After successfully defending the tree, the rest of the forces leave in order to reinforce the other areas. However, once they leave, the same masked mage again appears before us, casting a spell, summoning a gargoyle, this time to try and defeat us for good. Once the situation seemed dire for the adventurer, Ida and Palpamo come to their aid in order to provide support. After successfully defeating the gargoyle and maid, Palpamo reveals that this man seems to be an Asian, also noted as a bringer of chaos, who has been controlling the beast tribes in this area. Lewin and his squadron return and thanks the adventurer for their service and promises to reward them properly. However, a black crystal is left behind by the corpse of the Asian, which then promptly disappears. After returning to Lewin and Gridania, the adventurer is greeted by the elder seer Kani Senna, the leader of Gridania and the Twin Axe. She was so impressed by the adventurer's actions at the tree, she invites them to serve as emissary in the upcoming Green Bliss ceremony, meant to renew the bond between man and elemental. The adventurer then heads back to Mion in order to learn what is required of an emissary for the upcoming event. Emissary is seen as a conduit or a bridge between the people and the guardians of the Twelves Wood. What makes this more interesting, however, is that the adventurer is the first non-forestborn to play the role. After collecting the required mask, which is carved from the wood of the Guardian Tree, they head to the amphitheater where the ceremony is taking place. During the ceremony, Connie Senna notices radiance within the adventurer. They relay to her that Heidelin has spoken to them. She then begins to recount the story of the Warriors of Light. She tells the adventurer to trust the crystal, for the adventurer has the echo with them. The adventurer then faints at the ceremony and proceeds to see another vision with the leaders of the Grand Companies fighting against Bahamut. After recovering in the inn, the elder seer requests for the adventurer to be her personal envoy to deliver a letter to the other leaders of the Eorzean Alliance. The Eorzean Alliance is comprised of Limsa Lomensa and Ulda. The letter details the memorial service to be held in memory of the 5-year anniversary of the Battle of Kartanu, the legendary battle where the Warriors of Light disappeared and so many others died. She gives the adventurer an airship pass to allow them to travel between the 3 great nations. While the first stop is Limsa Lomensa, when we arrive in Limsa Lomensa, we meet
I am Melvi Blufisvin, Admiral of Limso Lominsa.
She recounts the battle with the resurrection of the elder primal Bahamut. Before she knew it, her and the rest of the Eorzean Alliance were enveloped by a blinding light, and Bahamut disappeared, although the land was forever changed. She accepts the proposal for the memorial service as a way to reunite the Eorzean Alliance in order to help build and protect Eorzea. Our next step on the journey is now Ulda. We arrive at Ulda through airship and arrive at the Sultanate and meet Raban, General of the Immortal Flames. He lets us know once the Garleans learned Magitech, they quickly began to start taking territory from the neighboring nations. Once they conquered their own land, they sought after Eorzea next. Just like the others, Raban sees this memorial service as a chance for Eorzea to be united once more and as a reminder for what the people of Eorzea fight for. After this, the adventurer completed their mission as envoy. Hey everyone, thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. Currently the goal right now is to recap all the story events of Final Fantasy XIV so far. So that's A Realm Reborn, Heaven's Ward, Stormblood, and eventually Shadowbringers. What I'm trying to do is to get into more detail of the story so you can catch up like on the little Easter eggs and jokes that they actually like lay out throughout the writing of this game. So yeah, that's gonna be my goal. Also, let me know if I should include more gameplay footage. Like, you want to see me like actually doing the quests and stuff like that. I don't know. As you can see, there's a lot of fetch and kill quests like every MMO, so some of that stuff might get a little bit boring. But I'll probably be showing off the dungeons and the raids for story related reasons. So yeah. Also, this video is more like a practice session. It's like part 0 for the actual like Final Fantasy 14 story. As it should be known, like not everyone starts off in Gridania, so this like origin story is going to be particularly to Gridanian viewers, or people who want to know more about it. So this will be like the definitive part 0, and then the next part will be like the more official start of the story, where you actually start like making more of an impact on the greater world of Eorzea. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.